Welcome to the TeenLife Live Summer Opportunities Virtual Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at teenlife.com. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Teach Me Wall Street. Take it away.
Hi, welcome everyone. My name's Julia, and I am an educator and instructor at Teach Me Wall Street. Oh, darn it. Can you see my first slide? Boom. Okay, so I'm so glad to be here. We're a company founded by Wall Street veterans, and our goal is to teach kids investment savvy. So our summer boot camps teach kids all about finance and Wall Street so that they can invest wisely, grow their money, and become savvy around money and finance. So we're offering 4 different programs this summer, and our first program is called Wall Street 101. And in Wall Street 101, we teach our students how Wall Street and the stock market works. We cover all the different players, what their roles are, how they relate to each other, how they work together, and how the whole system has developed. It's a really, really great foundational course. We explore and define different financial instruments and types of markets, how they work, the basics of analysis and how to read a stock chart, what the laws are surrounding Wall Street and investing, why they exist, and we do some deep dives on economic case studies of the most important busts and booms in Wall Street history. So we are offering this course 3 times during the summer in June, July, and August. Our second course is investing and trading. And this course is where students do a much deeper dive in how to make money buying and selling stocks. Now, Wall Street 101 is a requirement for this investing class. So if you take this class, it's actually a 2-week program. And in this class, we build on the material of Wall Street 101. And we teach students how to pick stocks, how to invest, and we also do some real-time trading. It's very, very hands-on and interactive course where students really get the technical skills they need if they want to trade wisely. So you can see that the dates here also are for June, July, and August. They follow the Wall Street 101, but you don't have to take them back to back. You can move our classes around to meet your summer vacation schedule, etc. Our third program is called Budgeting and Beyond. And in this program, we cover everything that's in a budget, including financial pitfalls, banking, credit cards, and how it all works. We also cover your 401k and insurance. It's very, very comprehensive. And it asks students to look deeper than most other programs, to be responsible for their choices, even at looking at what jobs they might choose for the future and what the educational costs might be. And then we play with the numbers. So that's a lot of fun. This course also offered 3 different times, June, July, and August. It's a 1-week standalone program, or you could tack it on after Wall Street 101, investing, et cetera. It could be a 3rd week of a 3rd-week program. Our final course is super fun. It's called FinTech, Bitcoin, and Cryptocurrency. You might say, what are these words and how will it change our lives? Well, crypto is really a lot in the news right now with the new SEC chair, et cetera. You may have heard of Elon Musk investing in Bitcoin, or that big investment banks are now dealing in crypto. So there's a lot of buzz and confusion surrounding this new currency. So in this class, we demystify and clarify what it's all about. This can also be offered as part of a multi-week program or a 1-week standalone program. We're offering this in July and August only this summer. So how does it all work? All of our programs, except investing and trading, can be taken as a 1-week standalone program. But many parents have actually asked us to buy the entire program. So we've got 1 week, 2 weeks. If you do 3 weeks or buy the entire suite of 4 weeks, we sell these at a discounted rate for parents. The classes are offered daily, 2 hours live, Monday through Friday. We offer it in 2 different time zones, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Time Zone, which relates to, or translates rather to, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And students can alternate between morning and afternoon sessions. So for example, if you're on a sports team that plays 2 days a week, you could take some morning classes, some afternoon classes, and still take the course that week. There's also optional self-enrichment material, which is just offered to deepen and enhance the learning. sometimes known as homework, but it's totally optional and it's fun, a lot of movies, etc. We will be recording the classes for students that miss the class, so that you can definitely catch up if you need to miss a class. In all of our classes, we've had students from all around the world. So there's an opportunity to connect to other students from other parts of the country or other parts of the globe. And at the end, we do give a certificate of completion for all of our courses. Who participates in our boot camps? Great kids, lots of smarties who are interested in money and the stock market. Kids who have a custodial account and want to learn how to trade more. Kids who are trading already on Robinhood, Doe, or any other of the apps. And kids that are thinking about careers on Wall Street. So that's who we are. This company was founded by Annaline Wall Street, who is a veteran Wall Street trader. All the teachers have college teaching experience, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have at the end of this program. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Exploration Summer Programs.
All right, thank you. Share my screen. Okay, so Exploration Summer Programs, I'm Andy Smith. I'm the assistant head of the Explo Pre-College and Career Program. I have been a part of Explo for a number of years now, and I'm excited to tell you tonight about our in-person program this summer for students who are in grades 10 through 12. First, just to quickly touch on who Explo is as an organization. We are a nonprofit organization founded as a startup out of MIT back in 1976, really with the idea of promoting practical application and hands-on learning, which is very much still in the ethos of how we approach teaching and learning today. We operate summer programs. That's the primary way in which we work with students and their families. We have been doing this for 45 years. We have about 85,000 student alumni. We offer programs actually on multiple different campuses for students all the way in grades 2 through 12, really with a residential program as a backdrop so that students can do personal exploration in many different ways during the summers. We also have another branch of our program of our organization focused on professional development and really helping teachers and schools who wish to be more like Explo. That branch is called Explo Elevate. Then the sort of fourth group connected to Explo are our many partners and collaborators. And these really are folks who are doing cutting edge work on the frontiers of the various industries that they're involved in. And for us, they really are pipeline for bringing the most exciting big new ideas in technology or innovation to our students in the form of our curriculum during the summer. As I mentioned, I'm here representing our grades 10 through 12 program. And that program is really focused on bringing students professional experience led by experts that are really focused on real world authentic projects and bringing them to students in ways that they're going to enjoy and love to do during the summer. So the feel for students really is a balance of college academics with a robust pre-college recreational kind of experience with activities in the evenings, trips on the weekends. This summer, we're located at Colby College, which is in Waterville, Maine. We have 3 sessions during this summer. Each of those sessions is 2 weeks long. We have a comprehensive COVID-19 safety plan that supports us being able to run in person for this summer, which I'll talk more about just in a couple of minutes. And then our concentrations actually are able to earn college credit for some of those concentrations. The college credit is issued through an exciting partnership that we have with Sarah Lawrence College, which is a prestigious college that consistently ranks among the leading liberal arts colleges in the United States. I mentioned 3 different sessions, and you can see the dates of each of those sessions on this slide here. In each of those sessions, we have a variety of concentrations. that students can take, from business to artificial intelligence, engineering, surgical interventions, and bioengineering. Some of these options are very popular and filling up now. So if you're interested in any one of these, I'd suggest being in touch soon. We have many different faculty and advisors who are connected to the program in a number of different ways. You can see just a handful of these folks at the bottom of the screen there. I guess I'll highlight Maine Supreme Court Justice Joseph Jabber will be working with our law students this summer. Glenn Gaudette actually is the dean, the rising dean of the new School of Engineering at Boston College. And he actually helped design our surgical interventions program. And one of his PhD students will be actually the teacher of that program for this summer. Just a couple snapshots from around Colby and what you can expect kind of both on campus and on the weekends. It is a gorgeous campus, as I mentioned, brand new 350,000 square foot athletic center that students will be able to use during the summer. There's actually a private beach and sort of recreational center that students will be able to use, pool, ice rink, many other aspects of the campus and the surrounding area this summer that we're really excited to be able to give our students access to over the course of the summer. I mentioned COVID-19. Of course, we take safety seriously every summer. We're actually quite well known for that. But ahead of this summer and being in person, we have a palm contact tracing system that many boarding schools and other schools have had a lot of success with, that we will have at Expo during the summer, as well as PCR testing, masking and social distancing, single rooms, and a number of other procedures that will be in place for this summer in order to be able to run safely in person. I mentioned our 85,000 student alumni. People are attracted to Expo who want to have a big impact in the world, and a number of our alumni have gone on to do just that. So Kevin Systrom is the founder of Instagram, a 5-year student alumni. Katie Staff Morgan, a scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab. So a number of folks who've had big impacts in the world associated with Expo. And of course, here is our information if you'd like to learn any more. Please do note that deposits are fully refundable up until May 1st of this year.
All right, thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Mix.
Great, thank you so much. Let me just get my screen shared with everybody so that you can all see this come up. I want to thank everybody for making this this session today. Some really great programs, some great opportunities for everybody. So I hope you take it all in and really explore what's out there. And I'm super excited to share with you about Mix, a new approach to higher ed. It's all about passion, bringing your passion. Higher ed is constantly changing, and Mix is trying to meet the changes that are happening today. So at Mix, education is more about than just school. It's about turning learning into everything that you do, turning practice theory into practice, and gaining skills for the 21st century. So it goes beyond just the academic world, but finding out who you are, discovering who you are, and finding out about your passions. So let me share a little bit about Mix and what we are. All right, so 8% of the time you spent in college is in the classroom. So what happens during that 92%? What are you doing with that time? And that's what Mix is addressing. It's addressing the fact that it's a time for you to explore who you are, what you want to be, the impact you want to have in the world, and the interactions you want to have with others. So think about the 92% as you're exploring, your next steps in life. So what is Mix about? We have 3 different options, where the first one is an online degree where you take your online classes. So the classes that you're currently taking right now at a university, college, whether it be University of Michigan, University of Florida, community college, however it is, you continue to take your online classes. However, instead of doing that at home, which all sounds great at first, and maybe some of us are Zoom fatigued, it does get a little bit old. And the number one reason that students are dropping out of online degrees or online classes is the lack of social skills, lack of being able to interact with people, see people, talk, engage, learn from peers. And that's where we come in. It's bringing that world together where you're able to take your online classes, but in different parts of the world. You're able to explore and see new things, engage. So you're able to take the best aspects of a gap year program, however, continue your education. So that's our first program. Our second program is for those students who are still trying to figure out what they want to do. You know, college is very intimidating. We're seeing now more than ever, student loans are becoming a big factor in decisions. Students are really thinking about, you know, do they want to pursue a college right away if they're not sure what they want to do? With our Explore program, students are able to work with our coaches that are at each one of our mix houses to engage with students to explore what they want to do. What are your passions? What do you want to get into? What do you think you want to do? So our coaches work with you to allow you to register you in classes that explore some of those passions. So thinking about, you know, not the fact that you can take a class only at one college. You know, you can take classes at many universities online and make sure that they're transferable, but engage and learn about who you want to be. Our third program is our work mix, which the world is changing, and we're seeing a lot of employers dropping the 4-year degree requirement, and certifications are becoming very, very popular now. So with our work mix, you're able to get the certifications for the world, for the passions and work that you want to do. Example I like to use is social media managers. It's a 1-year certification program that you would be able to take. So we partner with all the online providers that offer you those courses. But again, you're doing it not at home. You're doing it in a house or in a different part of the world where you're engaging with other students, learning about the community, understanding, you know, who you are and what you want to explore into. So how does it all work? So you select one of the 3 different programs that you would like to do. You choose one of our 3 locations, which I'm about to share with. Right now, we're in Costa Rica, Colombia, and in Miami, Florida. And then you start to build the person you want to be and think about what you want to do and discover those passions. So with Mix, you're in a house anywhere from 50 to about 200 other students. And these aren't 4 walls in a room. These are state-of-the-art dorms that we've converted into beautiful houses that really have great learning spaces. You're working, you know, with a coach that I mentioned, one-on-one, to make sure you're getting that guidance that you need. Working on impact challenges, so you're working in groups. We're in a world today where we all work together, and teamwork is important. Life hacks is about learning about things that you don't learn in college. You know, understanding how to balance a budget, finance, cybersecurity, nutrition, even learning how to do laundry. Those are some of the things that we talk about in our life hacks. At our mixed houses, it goes beyond just the academics, though. It's understanding all the different things that goes beyond the mind, but also creating a wellness program and events for students to engage with each other, to learn. You know, so we have things like, you know, painting classes, Zumba classes, yoga, meditation, really trying to build it all. Obviously, there, you know, the food and beverage, you know, we provide all of that, you know, and you have the ability to interact with each other and learn from each other. So super excited to share that we're going to be in 3 locations starting this fall. And I know this is about summer programs. However, we will be in the summer of 2022 having programs. These are just the first 3. So we'll be in Costa Rica, Colombia, and in Miami. Each of our houses have different themes. However, it's where you'd like to go and where you'd like to explore who you are. So with Mix, it's the best of both worlds, where you're able to continue your education, take on that gap year experience that you might be looking at, and do them both at the same time. So if you have any questions and parents are out there, want to learn more, please, this is my information, and look forward to sharing more about the Mix. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from LanguageBird.
All right. Okay. Good afternoon or good evening. I'm Dr. Karen Coben, and I'm the founder of LanguageBird. So excited to be here with you this evening and other presenters, giving you some options for some great things you can do this summer and into the future. LanguageBird creates a community of learners who master speaking languages with confidence. And just as the last presenter mentioned, the practical skills that you need in the future are emphasized here. We have always been online. We have existed for about 7 years. So we didn't go online because of COVID, but this is actually a fantastic way to learn a language. We connect students one-to-one with engaged instructors for self-paced language learning, as well as cultural discovery. So you are matched with a native speaker of your target language to learn from them both the language as well as their culture. And students choose LanguageBird because it's an efficient, customized, personalized way to learn languages live online. So from the convenience of your home or wherever you may be over the summer or at any time during the year. And you're learning with native bilingual instructors. So as I mentioned, it's sort of like going abroad without leaving home. So if you're at the point where either you still can't travel or you're maybe a little bit nervous to take the next step to go abroad, or you're preparing for a trip abroad, or just love language learning and learning about cultures and people, this is the place for you to be this summer or anytime you decide that you'd like to take a language course. One special thing about our program is that we are fully accredited to give high school credits. So you can earn high school credits at an accelerated pace over the summer. We're accredited by WASC as well as Cognia and approved by the University of California as well as the NCAA if you happen to be an athlete. We offer world language courses like no other. We have 15 world languages that we offer levels 1 through 6. Our levels represent each 1 year of high school foreign language credit. We can also customize our courses for advanced learners, or if you have a heritage language that let's say you speak at home, we can teach you at a very high level. Or if you're a person who struggles with language, we have a variety of options so that you go at your pace, and there's no better way to learn than one-to-one with a caring instructor. All of our courses are about relationships. It's about, as I mentioned, finding a teacher that's a good match for you that can meet on the time and the schedule that you like. And then they get to know you and really customize the curriculum with your help. So it's all one-to-one. It's project-based, meaning that you come up with the way that you'd like to be evaluated. At the end of the course, you present, sort of like we're doing now, but it's just you and your teacher. So you have an oral plus a written presentation that you do at the end of your course to show your improvement over time. So it's competency-based, it's driven by the student, it's relationship-based with the teacher, and you connect via Microsoft Teams. So you have a team where your teacher is taking notes, you have a full syllabus and a curriculum, and at the end of the course, you get a transcript that you can forward to your high school or to any college that you may be applying to. And it's open enrollment, so you can start anytime. So if you'd like to participate in one of the other programs, you can do that 1 week and then join LanguageBird in July, or even start in August or start now. So you can start anytime, and if you pace it at about 2 or 3 one-hour lessons with your private instructor a week, you can finish a full year of high school credit in about 8 to 12 weeks. So aside from our courses for credit, we also offer tutoring and test prep, which is academic support, perhaps with a course that you're already in, or a future course that you might be taking. I know that everybody's educational experience has varied over the last year and a half. So maybe you are going back to a school in the fall and you want to make sure that you're prepared for your Spanish class or your French class or Mandarin class. So you might need some support in the form of some tutoring over the summer, or maybe you're preparing for an exam like an SAT or an AP exam coming up. We also offer conversational lessons. Last summer, we had a couple girls decide that even though they were social distancing and apart, that they wanted to learn French together. So they created a conversational lesson group where they met with a French teacher who was in France, and they met twice a week to improve their French and just get together. So our courses for credit are one option, tutoring and test prep, as well as conversational lessons. We also offer the global seal of biliteracy. So if you're a student who's already advanced in a language and would like to show and demonstrate your proficiency, you can take the seal of biliteracy through LanguageBird. And we also offer a culture camp. So this summer, from July 12th until August 6th, it's 4 weeks. You choose the sessions and days. We're offering 6 different languages or cultures. No language experience is required. We actually teach the course for this culture camp in English, and then some language is introduced, but it's really about culture. You can see the full schedule on our website. It's both available live for sessions that you want to attend or on demand, and you can mix and match. For instance, if you want to go 1 week to the Mandarin and Russian lessons and the next week to Arabic and Spanish, you can do that. It's just for fun, and this is the only offering that we have that's not one-to-one, it's actually as a group. So you can find out more about that on our website, as well as our tuition is located on our website. And to stand out in a crowd, we really encourage you to pick a language that perhaps you haven't studied yet or that you want to go deeper into. This is a globalized world, so it's incredibly important to keep that in mind with your future studies. And if you'd like to reach out to us for more information, my colleague Caitlin is in the chat, and you can follow us at languagebird.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, you'll be hearing from United Nations Association of Greater Boston.
Thank you. Well, I think the last thought of it being a globalized world is a great transition into our programming. So I'm with the United Nations Association of Greater Boston. My name is Maddie Martinez. I'm the program manager for education and special projects. The United Nations Association of Greater Boston, or UNAGB for short. We are a 501c nonprofit that works to connect a lot of students with global issues. And so part of what we do with this is we have a Summer Institute in Global Leadership program. These are 6 different week-long programs that students can join to and learn about a particular topic for the day. And the overall mission of our Summer Institute program is to have students be able to learn about global issues, to build these skills for anything that they would like to do in the future, gain leadership skills, and also have the chance to meet people from all across the world, which we've thought has been one of the unexpected perks of our transition to online programming. We've had students from India, students from Bangladesh, students from China, all over the world join us for our Model UN programs. So the programs that we are offering this summer include human rights, global health, climate change, ocean conservation, women in leadership, and advanced public speaking. So throughout the week, during each one of these programs, students will have the chance to do a big deep dive into these topics, where you'll get to learn different aspects of the topic and some examples from across the world. We also have a variety of guest speakers that will come in, and the students will be able to ask these guest speakers any questions that they have. Last year, we had the former ambassador for the Obama administration, Samantha Power, come in and speak to one of our institute groups. So we also engage in team building activity. For us, it's really important that students get the chance to interact with each other, because they are going to be delegates and participating in these Model UN simulations, but we also want them to have the chance to become friends with each other when they're not wearing their delegate hats. And so what we do throughout the week is we give them the knowledge to be able to step into the role of becoming a delegate for a country that they might not have known about at the beginning of the week, or know nothing about the topic at the beginning of the week, and really have them gain the confidence to be able to step into that role of a diplomat. So as I've said before, we have 6 different week-long programs. Students are welcome to encourage multiple programs. They all have different topics, so each will be focused on different simulations, on different guest speakers, and information. Our programs run through June, July, and August. And we will for sure be having virtual programming this summer, but we are excited that we might have the potential to have an in-person option for 3 of our programs that we will make a decision about by Memorial Day. But guaranteed all of our programs will be virtual with that option of in-person. So once again, throughout the summer, we have 6 different programs. The Human Rights Program starts off our summer programs starting June 21st, followed by Global Health. And then our Climate Change, Ocean Conservation, and Women in Leadership Institute programs are the ones that would potentially have an in-person option as well. We're open to a variety of different grade levels and a variety of different Model UN experiences as well. So if your student is already very into Model UN, we have programs for that, and we have good fits for that as well. But if maybe they just want to dip their toes in, experience what it's like to learn about another country and take part in a Model UN simulation, we also have a ton of room for that experience as well. We are also open to a variety of different grade levels, ranging from 6th grade to 12th grade, depending on the program as well. We offer scholarships for our programming. That is just a Google form application, and the deadline for our last round of scholarship applications is May 15th. Speaking of which, just a little bit of an insight, we're having a $50 off sale of our programs starting tomorrow for the first week of May. So if you're thinking about it, it's a great time to apply. So that is our Model UN program and our Institute program for the summer. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have about our Institute programming, or you can email us at info@unagb.org.
Thank you. So now I'd like to invite everyone back on to do some Q&A. So in the same order that you presented in, we can just start by having everyone share what a typical candidate for your program looks like.
I have to unmute myself. Hi. So a typical candidate for our program is a high school student who is interested in money, someone who's self-directed, someone who is someone who has a lot of motivation to perhaps work in business or finance or banking. And we're much more laid back than some of these other programs. We're not on a college campus. It's totally done at your own time. We have these week-long programs, so you just are committing to 2 hours a day for the amount of time that you want, anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks. So you can still go on to go to camp or just, do whatever you do during the summer. Our camp is taught by Wall Street professionals, and it's for kids who are just super into money, basically.
Great. So for Explo, students who are in rising 10th, 11th, or 12th graders are a really great fit for our program, which is our pre-college and career program. Although, as I was mentioning in the presentation, we do also have programs for starting all the way for rising 4th graders up through rising 9th graders as well. So we do have program options available for really kind of all ages. But for the pre-college and career program, really we're talking about smart, motivated, curious students who are eager to get real world, authentic, hands-on learning experiences during the summer. And I think part of our ability to offer college credit during the summer also makes it so our students can not have to make the difficult choice between having a hands-on enrichment learning moment like this one or experience like this one, and the sort of realities of competitive college admissions. And so really those are our students, smart, curious, and interested and ready to get their hands dirty during the summer.
With Mix, we're looking for students that are looking for alternatives to higher education, those that are not sure if the traditional brick and mortar is the route that they want to go, those that are looking to explore their passions, want to learn about the real world and apply it to themselves. So we're looking for 18 to 25-year-olds with our program. We do have summer programs. We do have semester programs as well. But we're just looking for those students that want to take on the world, want to look at it a little bit differently, and not sure that the typical college classroom environment is for them, and they want to explore what the world is about. Again, it's learning what to do with that 92% of the time when you're not in the classroom, and engaging. We're looking for students that want to explore and just see what's out there in the world.
LanguageBird is really for everybody. We work with students who are of all ages, students who have struggled with language learning, students who are really accelerating or wish to learn languages, multiple languages at a time. They're students who like to get ahead and have a flexible schedule. So they could maybe take their Spanish 3 or level 4 class over the summer to leave more room in their senior year schedule, or take a language that their school doesn't offer that they could use in the future, a future job or position that they like, place that they like to travel. So there's a lot of different options. We teach students at all levels of language and all levels of interest to connect you with a private instructor that can really give you the best experience.
And for our Summer Institute program at the United Nations Association, I'd say middle and high school students who have an interest in public speaking, in speech and debate, in learning about different countries and what goes on internationally, and also students who are interested in politics as well.
Awesome. And then next, what are the outcomes of your program? So we can just go around again.
So the outcomes of our program is that you just become much more educated in finance and in your own money. So the reason why we started this program is because we saw that education around financial literacy was generally lacking in the regular school curriculum. And there's a lot of things that kids just don't understand about how money works, about how our banking system works, about how the laws and regulations are set up, and about how to invest and what that means. So that's basically where this educational program started. Now, we were teaching these classes in New York in person for many, many years. And this year, because of COVID, we did go online. And as a result of that, we've been able to reach many, many, many more students. But we've been hearing excellent feedback from the kids, from the parents, about how interested kids are in these classes and how there's so much, they're just so hungry for this knowledge. Really common sense life skills and things that we all need to know, but generally sometimes we learn this when we're much older by making terrible economic mistakes. So we teach everything you need to know about money and about the economy and about the global economy and investing, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're into that, if you're thinking about a career in finance, this is a good course for you.
So for Explo, I would say in terms of outcomes, we're talking about students who are interested in getting a sense of the real world work of a given profession. And one of the outcomes that they get a chance to do during the summer is to actually be side by side with the actual people doing that work. I think, for example, we have our forensics science program where students will actually Cheryl McCullum from the Cold Case Institute in Atlanta will actually join us for the summer and actually go to a real cold case this summer where she will walk it with students and let them go through the case files and actually make connections that will hopefully help to maybe even potentially advance the case over the course of the summer. And so one of the outcomes is for students to really gain a true sense of what it would be like to have a career in any number of different academic areas that we offer programs in during the summer. I do also think that because the programs are very project oriented, very hands-on, very self-directed, that the program does unleash students' inherent curiosity and inherent motivations. And so another outcome is just that students can really start to get a sense of what's meaningful to them within a certain career or a certain path that they might choose to go down. And then lastly, I just think students making connections with students from all over and from many different backgrounds, as well as making connections with the many experts who they'll meet during the program and instructors who they'll meet during the program, and the many different people who are actually on campus during the summer, that they can leave with real connections to a number of different folks who they otherwise would be pretty unlikely, I think, to encounter.
The outcomes with mix are definitely going to be a more well-rounded, cultured student ready for the real world. Someone that has taken on real world challenges, applied them, worked on them, and learned to work in teams. So I think with mix, you have the ability to do our program one semester. You can do 2 semesters. You can do all 4 years if you'd like to do with us. You can go from house to house all over the world. But really, the world is changing and it's getting smaller. And with mix, you're engaging with students from all over the world. So unlike a traditional, college, university dorm where you're interacting with students, from different parts of the country, you're getting exposure to all different parts of the world. Not to mention, you're living in a different area, whether it's here in the United States or overseas. So you're getting that exposure. And we're finding that gap year students or students that do programs like the mix are more well-rounded, more likely to graduate college on time, and less likely to drop out as well. So again, I'll go back to just a more well-rounded student that has culture.
The outcome of LanguageBird students practically is that you may receive credit for high school. So if you're seeking high school credit, either to catch up or to advance your studies, or to take a language your school doesn't offer and be able to represent that for college admissions, to be more competitive for different programs in the future, perhaps to participate in some of these other programs for the panelists today. Learning or improving your skills in another language can help you in a variety of ways. It's a real world practical skill. It's great for travel, and the outcomes of our summer culture camp can also connect you with other language and culture lovers, students of your age, the high school age. You can also forge a relationship with our teachers who work with you one-to-one in your course to teach you about their language and culture. So I think it's quite eye-opening. And perhaps before you take this next step to travel abroad or to study abroad for a longer period of time, it's great to feel really comfortable speaking the language and being able to speak with a native speaker, so that when you arrive somewhere else, you have that confidence once you get there. So there's a lot of really practical and as well as fun applications for a LanguageBird course or any type of language study.
And lastly, for UNAGB's Summer Institute program, I'd say the outcomes are being more comfortable in your ability to use public speaking skills, in being able to take on a new perspective and learn about different countries and understand other points of view. And it's been a really great pleasure to see students at the beginning of the course be a little bit more shy and timid. And by the end of the course, always speaking up, confident in their representation of their country and just having fun with it. So I think probably enhancing public speaking skills and learning new perspectives is the #1 outcome of our programs.
All right, well, Thank you all so much for presenting, and thank you everyone for joining us. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at teenlife.com. So thanks again, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.